This is my public server where anyone can join. If you enjoy this video, you might enjoy others like it, so make sure you subscribe and check out some of my other videos. But now it's time to jump in on the PickleJar public server. Brought to you by T-Portal. So this might just be the best map that we have had for our public server yet. Taking a look at the map here, we've got this purple section protected in the center. That is a big forest. We're going to turn into a park today for some trail riding and stuff like that. Right next to it in the blue, we have a public trucking company for those of you who want to haul goods to and fro. We've also got the public farm in orange, which anybody can join. The server name is the PickleJar Public, and the password is Elmcreek. And then up here in the green is my farm, which you can join by joining the Patreon, link in the description down below as well. So I figure I'll walk you guys through the entire farm here. First off, we got our house and our little shed next to it with our nice little gardens here. We've got a nice little 2-car garage, but I believe Ashes actually keeps her tractor in there. Right around the corner. Oh no, here's her tractor right now. We've got another little barn there. This barn is all for show. We don't put anything in here. We come here and just hang out and have fun. Don't mind that all the chairs are knocked over. The party got a little rowdy the other night. And then up on the top side, we've also got another little, just area for people to hang out. Looking the other way, we've got our various fill ups right there. And we've also got a shed right here on the back side of that. You will notice that through our entire farm is this beautiful meandering river that cuts right down the middle of it. Right next to that river are our horses over here, as well as another little, shed space area right here next to the sheep, who are then next to the cattle. We've got 2 bridges to go back and forth side to side. Here we've got a bale shed currently being used for equipment. Here we've got a little loading ramp, which is really nice to have. We'll probably come in and do some gravel right here as well. We have a load of that coming in today, so we can get that taken care of. And also we have our biggest shed over here, which is where we tend to store everything. Heading beyond the cattle around the back, we will see we've got another storage facility right there. But also way down on the other end of this field, we have 2 massive chicken coops. So these big chicken barns are really, really nice. These are one of the biggest. Yeah, you can see all the pallets in here. Oh my lord. These are one of the biggest contributors to the trucking company. So we always have a billion pallets for you guys here, and also here in this barn, and also here in this warehouse. We have pallets of eggs. So if you're on the trucking company, if you are into trucking, then you should definitely get on and do some of this. Yeah, that's more or less our entire farm. Everything, as you can see, is already planted, good to go. They're on top of that. So I figure let's take my truck out and let's see if we can get to work on these tracks here today. Okay, so we're here right outside of the forest that we're going to be building these tracks on. And I wanted to check out this spot right here. So right by this field, we've got a little clearing that we might be able to kind of extend. We can't go into the farmer's field, but we might be able to make a little area out of this with like a bridge. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a main hub where everyone can come and park if they need, and then they can go into the area and have fun. So this is a good option. That river's a little inconveniently placed though. There is one more decent option, so we're gonna run over to the other side and check that. So the other option was kind of down by the trucking company. If we take this little road right here, which we could make it a bigger one if we wanted to, there should be a little somewhere in here. Oh, there it was. There's a little trail right here we can go down, and this might also work. So let's see where this little trail leads to. Well, it definitely takes you all the way deep into it, that's for sure. All right, it takes you all the way up to the lake, actually, which that almost works. I like the idea of having something up here at the lake, having some buildings and a recreational area. But I don't like the idea of having vehicles up here. So I think we're going to try and make that a more of a walk situation. But this area wouldn't be bad. Clear out some trees here and we can make a parking spot. It is definitely doable. We could also see if we can buy some of the field here. Now that'd be a big field to buy and just not worth it. So we could just take a little triangle cut out of the top portion here, and I think that'll be fine. All right, well, we're gonna have to go get the appropriate tools, so let's go and see if we can pick those up. Is that a tree chopper, or are you just happy to see me? We got what we needed, so we're gonna slowly drive this down to the forest. We're gonna use this to chop up any of the trees that we don't want. That way we can make ourselves a nice little parking pad, and then we'll go through and we'll specifically cut out any trees that might be in the way, and we'll make some riding trails. Hopefully we'll make at least one ride riding Hello trees. How you doing? So hopefully the goal is, as we continue to make more trails, we'll have everything you could ever want. We'll have farming, we'll have trucking, we'll have off-roading. You really could just come on the server and have some fun, you know? All that we ask is that you clean up after yourself and you don't troll. And for those of you who don't know what trolling is, it's when you intentionally mess something up, you know, or you know, cause issues. I wonder if it's faster if I just cut across the top side of this through this farmer's field instead of driving down and around. All right, good news. We made it there. So what we're gonna do is go in just a couple rows, a few rows, and I'll probably right here start chopping trees. All right, here we go. Chop that tree, son. Okay, well, it's leaving stumps. It's not supposed to leave stumps, but it's leaving stumps. Oh, there we go. And I think you are gonna be next, Mr. Tree. Choppity chop chop. Yes, yes, yes. And you're next, Mr. Tree. And you're next, Mr. Tree. And I think you know the drill. All right, so we came through and we actually kind of excavated a little guarding, kind of like a path, right? A little marker, a little safety zone. And now we are going through and hopefully chopping down the trees as we need them here. All right, now that we've got that marker cleared the whole way around, I'm going to go in and add this kind of safety fence, because what I want to do is make it clear that we're cutting the area inside of this fence. And there we go. We've got all the jeez, this camera. We got all the fences we need in here. We now know the full area that we are going to be cutting all the trees out of. All right, so we've got the whole area staked out, and we can keep going with chopping these trees, but it's going to take us a while. So I have some assistants coming to help us finish this up here. Fellas, you remember how I said we're cutting inside of that? I may have just taken an entire row outside of the fence. Man, it's easy to get lost in the forest, ain't it? Well, hey, we have extra clearance there. That's all that means. Boy, this is actually all starting to clear up pretty darn well, isn't it? Oh my lord, we are making progress, dude. Holy cow. Look at that. That is quite a bit of trees cut out already. All right, so we've been making a lot of progress. My helper's walked up finally, I guess, to see how things have been going. He's probably seeing that I've gotten most of it done already. So I'm gonna have him do this, and then we are going to go and move on to the next part. That's gonna be a nice little area there, and then further down this way we'll block off so you can't drive any further, and this will be leading down to some cool little recreational area by the little pond. And we'll also be building some trails out here. Now, I do want to build one trail at least today, but in order to do that, we're gonna have to get a feel for how these trails ride. So, all right, we're about to show back up at the forest here. He said that all the trees have been cut out, which, no surprise, I did most of them. But either way, the job is apparently done. Yeah, looks good. So we pull in here and we see this big open section right here. We're gonna make a nice big park area, a little parking area. We're not going to use the whole thing as a parking area. We'll probably add some other little stuff around here too. Just vehicle-related amenities. And then we'll have it blocked off so you can't go any farther unless you're on like a dirt bike or, you know, an off-road vehicle. And honestly, I'd almost be down to just start like our first trail back in here. We could run the trail down this top side. It's rather thin with trees, but we could just make a trail that kind of goes through here in some capacity. I mean, I don't know exactly how or what. You decide where you want to turn, where you want straights and stuff. Yeah, we can make something that, I mean, it has to be a little easy, because I'm telling you right now, I'm having a hard time steering through all this. Of course, you got to clear things out and you got to actually make the trail. I'll be honest, I don't exactly know how to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to at least try and paint a little bit of one and see how that turns out. And then we'll probably have to look into like actually making some adjustments to the land maybe. You know what? We might want to be able to do this. We'll take this New Holland tractor with this tiny little 2-blade plow down there and we'll draw out a rough course with the tractor. The tractor is a little bit bigger than a dirt bike, so we'll, I guess we'll guarantee that a dirt bike is always going to fix, won't we? All right, so we're going to begin this track. So I'm going to drop this down and allow it to create fields. And then we're going to just start going forward here at about 8 miles an hour, and we'll be making a track. So for this very beginning, I am giving it a nice straightaway, because I want you to be able to get up speed, and then I'm going to cut you right back over here to the left, and then we're going to swing it back to the right, nice and slow like. And then we're going to swing it right back to the left. We're going to go right through these trees. Right here is where the trail's running. Oh, yeah, that's going to work great, dude. This tractor is our perfect trail making tractor. Let's go ahead and swing it around through these trees here. Let's go ahead and stay out of this open section as much as we can and kind of swing it right back down here. All right, we got to a section where we don't have access to the land, so I think that I'll just have it cut right back up through the top side here. And now we're gonna straighten out to another kind of straight right through here where you can get some nice speed. And gonna go ahead and swing it to the right, but kind of back down into this. And now here is where I want this to end, right here. That'll be the perfect spot for that to end. Oh yeah, there we go. That's looking good. All right, so real quick, we asked, we got a hold of the farmer who owns this field, and we asked him if it'd be okay for us to continue that little trail in that grass section there, because that's technically his tiny little grass bit. And he said that would be fine. Just go ahead and continue that trail. Oh, you know what's fun? We could actually get a, we could leave these like this with from this plow. And then we can get subsoilers. So you have to go through and with the subsoiler and you remove the weeds as the weeds show up. So you actually have to come out and maintain the trails. That could be a job for somebody. That would be really, really cool. Who wants that? All right, there we go. We made that connection back again. I'm going to go ahead and lift that back up. Perfect. Woo, and we got our first trail kind of laid out. We also have a bunch of like the decorations, so we can add little debris and little obstacles and things like that as well. And we can continue to improve these. This is just a basic outline of the trail to start, but from the parking lot, first trail right here. And you know what, let's go ahead and give it a try. Let's see how we can handle it. So you come up here with some speed, you cut it back and back. Ooh, and that gets nice and tight. Yeah, it's a little on keyboard on this thing, it's a little bit difficult to steer, but I think it's a really cool little trail. We've got this little section right here is real fun. Then you cut back up and over top. And if you get good at this and you know you're actually good at trail riding, maybe you'll be better than I am. And then you kind of come out at the bottom down there. Yeah, I think that's a good start, good layout for our first trail. I'd say it's a good it's a good middle ground trail. I wouldn't say it's the most difficult, but it's not the easiest. But we can add more detail moving forward. But for now, I want to work on our little parking lot area here. So what we got to do is take our little New Holland over here, and we're going to rip up this whole inside so we can also come in here with some gravel. So I'm going to drop down that blade, and we're going to start ripping up here. All right, we just parked this thing up right over here. And as you guys can see, we've got this whole thing ready to go. So we're just going to come on in with some loads of gravel and get it all filled up. We do have some little splinters that I got to get carried out of here. So let's toss these on the other side of the fence. But guys, that is going to be all the progress we make on it here today. I'm going to keep on picking these little things up. And if you want to see us make more progress on these trail rides, make sure you hit that like button and let me know in the comments down below what you want to see us make. And remember, if you want to join the public server, you can. It is free to join for everybody, including console players. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace.